Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to see the pagination concept in ASP.NET Core MVC 5.0. So if you see in the screen, we able to see the pagination button on the bottom. So when I click the button, it's navigating to the page based on the record how many we have created. So I'm going to delete a few records from the grid. Let's see whether pagination is working or not. So yeah, I'm going to delete the last record. Yeah, so the pagination is working what we are expecting. So the page size is 5. So I'm doing the testing on this. So let's go to the implementation part now. So before watching this video, so if you have not watched my previous video like ASP.NET Core MVC CRUD operations, please watch the video for doing the CRUD operation. The link is available in the description. So let's start this video. So I just opened my Visual Studio. So the previously we have done the CRUD operation with ASP.NET Core MVC, the same application I'm opening here. So here I'm going to add the new model. The model name I'm going to add employee view model. So in this model I'm going to add the properties for the paginations. Let's enter the pagination, the count and the page size. Those property I'm going to add here. So the public in current page index, so I'm adding this property to get the current page of the grid. And I'm adding the page count. So what is the total count of the page? And also I'm going to add the list of the employee record. So we already created the model for that, so it's available in the model folder, employee detail. So I'm going to add the model here in the list part. So let's name it as employee list. Yeah, just resolve the list resolvation part. Yeah, so now we have created the employee view model with the current page index, page count and the employee list. Let's go to the controller part now. So here we are going to create the private method. Okay, so this private method will help you to fetch the record based on the page size and count. So this is completely like server side pagination, so we are not doing any client level validations. So whatever the record we are passing, I mean whatever the page size we are passing, based on that it will fetch and it will get the record from the database. So I'm entering the private method here. So I'm implementing the employee model also here and creating the method name as get employee list, and I'm passing the parameter as current page. Let's implement the maximum rows per page. I'm inserting like 5. So if you want, you can make this as dynamic. You can add it from the configuration. So I'm just for testing purpose, I'm just hard coding here as 5. So whatever the value we are giving here 5, the grid will show when your page is loading, it will show 5 records in the grid. So that's why I'm adding in the maximum rows per page. So even if you want, you can add 10 or 15 based on your page size and your based on your applications. So let's add the employee list now. I'm going to get the record from the database by using link query employee context.employee and selecting the employee, and changing to asynchronous method. Since we are using asynchronous call, I'm going to change as async, and I'm going to insert await here. let me enter the order by. So we have to fetch the record based on the order by employee ID, which is primary key ID. So I'm doing that now. Next part we have to skip. This keyword will help you to skip the records whatever we were passing in the value. For example, if you are passing here the current page size as 5, it will skip first 5 record and it will fetch next 5 records based on the page count and the range. And here I'm going to add the take. Take will help you to get the maximum number of record from the database. So for example, if you are passing 5, it will only fetch 5 records from the database. So skip will useful for the pagination. So for example, if you are having 10 pages of record, if you are going for one page to next page, first page it will take 5 records, and if you are going for the next page, then it will skip the first 5 and it will take next 5 records. That is the concept of skip and take. So next we need to implement the page count. So for that I'm going to implement double and decimal values, and I'm going to take the count of the employee details table records. So here for the page count, what I am doing is like I am taking the total count of the employee list from the table and I am dividing by maximum rows per page, so that we will get exact page count in this in this variable. So what I am doing is like in the employee model dot page count, whatever we created the property, I am going to pass the value. Yeah, so I'm doing the ceiling operation and I'm passing into the page count. So the finally we have to pass the current page index that we were passing in the parameter. So that also I'm passing it to the model and I'm returning the value. That's it. So we have done with the pagination helper part. So we have to call this in the action method now. So if you see here, this is the get method. This will help to list the when the page loads, it will show list of record from the database. Initially we designed to get all the records, but we are going to do based on the pagination. So now here I am passing get employee list of 1. So if we are passing 1, right, the first 5 record will be fetched. So and also like I am going to create the post method for this. Whenever you are clicking the pagination button, like in the UI part, you will be seeing like 1, 2, 3 like that, the sequence number. So whenever we are clicking the page size, page number, it will hit into the post method and the page number index will be passed here. Based on that, the record will be fetched from the database. So this is the implementation part in the controller level. So one get method and one post method for submitting the pagination number. So we have done the controller part now. So you take a quick look here. Now we will go to the UI design part. So let's go to the index page of the employee details. Just remove the enumerable. So we already created the data model for that, view model. So just map that, and so we'll get the errors here. So just remove that display name for. So it's just a text, right? So no need of adding those variables, those values. So I'm just removing those values now. Yeah, now it is removed. And coming to the model part, in the model we added the employee list, right? So we have to map that. So model.employee list, so that in that employee list we'll get all the records. So now the for loop part also done. So next we need to implement the pagination. For that we need to create the form method first. So I'm adding the form tag now. Okay, so the form tag will help you to post your data to the view to controller. So for that I'm going to mention form ASP action equal to index, which means index name, I mean action name I'm mentioning as index, and ASP controller should be like employee details. And also we need to mention the method whether we are going to use get or post. I'm going to put the post because we are going to submit the list of values to the controller, right? So I'm just adding the post. So all the table, it should come inside the form. Just I'm replacing the, I'm moving the form to the last. So all the table content inside the form now. So now this form is ready to submit the values, and it will ready to pass the values to the controller. Now what we have to do is we have to create the pagination design. For that I'm using the bootstrap class. So let's implement ul class equal to pagination. So this class pagination is coming from bootstrap. So if you are mentioning class as pagination, the design will be automatically applied on the pagination the pagination design. So let's implement the looping here. So here I'm using for loop with incremental of I equal to 1 and the model dot page count. So the page count we will be getting from the model, right? So how many counts will be there? Based on that I'm going to do the loop, so that the sequence number will come 1 2 3 something like that. We will get the sequence here. So next we need to create the listed item. So for that I'm giving the class name as page item. So when you are using page item in the class, so that number design number will be applied based on the bootstrap. So these are the class names predefined from the bootstrap, so that I'm just using it for the design purpose. Now let's implement the functionality for the click event. So I'm mentioning like if I not equal to the current page index, then I'm creating the anchor tag for that, and I'm giving the page link as a class name, and as of now I'm giving empty href, and I'm going to add the numbers. So in this IU only we will get 1 2 3 4 like that sequence number will get. This is a pagination number. And before doing this process, we need to create one JavaScript. So I'm just adding the script tag here. So the JavaScript will help you on click event. So whenever you are clicking on the particular number, so that number will be passed into the from view to controller and action. So let me create the JavaScript function now. I'm giving function ms, let's give pager index, something like that. So I'm passing the index, the click event. Whenever we click that, the value will pass in the index parameter. So let's select the document dot get element by id, so that we'll get the element id, wherever we are storing the values, right, in the hidden field, it will get the value from the hidden field. So before that I need to create the hidden field. Let me create that. Yeah, so this value I'm passing, the index value I'm passing to the hidden field. I need to create the hidden field now. Let me create the hidden field. Input type equal to hidden, and the ID is, we need to give the same ID, of current page index, and the name of the hidden field is current page index. Let's remove this hidden field HF value. Yeah. So now we got the value from the hidden field. Then we need to submit the form on the page click. Whenever you are clicking the pagination buttons, so then we need to submit the form, and we need to load the controller to get the next set of values. So I'm doing document.form of 0.submit. So the script part is done now. So now we need to add this the pager click into the click event class. So in the href tag, I'm going to give the JavaScript. So because we are going to call the JavaScript, we need to mention as JavaScript colon the function name as pager click. So in that one, I'm going to pass the index value of whatever we are getting in the loop. I'm going to pass that. So at I am going to give here, so that the for loop will automatically pass sequences based on the loop whenever you click the value. Now I'm going to give the else part. So in this else part, we need to show the number of number of page sizes, like 1 2 3 something like that. We need to show in the paginations. So that I'm going to give here at I. Yeah. I missed the tag now, so I added it. Yeah. So let's save the CSHTML UI part. Let's check one more time. We done all the things are have added correctly or not. We need to one more time. We need to check. Yeah, I hope all looks good now. We need to check the controller name properly, otherwise it will not hit. So in that controller, whether we have index method or not in the post, yeah, we have the index. Yeah. Now let's run the project and see the output. Yeah, so now we got the grid part, so which we have already completed in the previous video. If you don't have if you didn't see the video, just check the description and you can watch the video and you can come back to this pagination part. So here I'm just entering the record values for just testing purpose. Yeah, the pagination you can see like 1 2 3, right? So the pagination is working as expected. That's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the new video updates.